NATO reports of a second attack on a U.S. military base in Syria. And overnight, the U.S. military carried out precision airstrikes in retaliation for another attack yesterday. One American contractor died in that strike, and 6 other people were hurt. 5 of them are American troops. According to the Pentagon, the U.S. strikes targeted groups with ties to Iran operating in the eastern part of Syria. Earlier today, CBS News correspondent Christina Ruffini spoke to National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby, and he said that these attacks from Iran-backed militant groups to strike at U.S. facilities in Syria is not atypical, and warned of potential escalation.
We don't seek to escalate here. We certainly don't seek a war or a conflict with Iran. That's not the goal. We're there to go after ISIS. But we have to do what we have to do to protect our people and our facilities. And that's the decision-making that the president made last night. Nobody wants to see this escalate, and it could stop. You know, any chance of escalation could stop if these Iran-backed militant groups actually stopped targeting our people and our facilities. If they keep doing it, then we're going to have to keep again, protecting ourselves.
Do you see any sign that they're going to stop?
It's difficult to know. We certainly hope that we sent a very strong message last night about how strongly we're going to defend ourselves and how ready we are to do it going forward should they continue.
CBS News senior foreign correspondent Holly Williams has more on all of this. Holly, good morning.
Good morning, Anne-Marie. Well, we are witnessing an escalation of violence in Syria directly involving U.S. forces. U.S. officials say that a base in Syria used by the American military came under rocket fire this morning. There were apparently no U.S. casualties. That follows airstrikes overnight ordered by President Biden, targeting groups in Syria aligned with Iran. During the 12-year-long civil war in Syria, Iran's been closely allied with the Syrian regime. These images are believed to show the aftermath of some of those U.S. strikes. They were retaliation for a drone attack yesterday on a base used by U.S. personnel in northeastern Syria. Now, the Pentagon says that the drone used was of Iranian origin, killing that U.S. contractor. 5 American service members and another U.S. contractor were reported injured. We've actually spent quite a bit of time on bases used by U.S. forces in that area. American troops went into Syria in 2015 to fight against the Islamic State, or ISIS, and around 900 U.S. service members are still based there. You know, the Syrian conflict doesn't get much attention these days, but it is ongoing. It's drawn in the U.S., Iran, Russia and Turkey. And as these events show, it is still deadly.
Yeah, to that point, I was thinking the same thing, that we really haven't done much coverage there. Why are U.S. troops still in Syria?
Well, Anne-Marie, at least part of the reason is that whilst ISIS has lost all of the territory it held, lost its so-called caliphate, ISIS is still there. You know, they're hiding out in villages. They're operating in parts of the Syrian desert that are not under the control either of the Syrian regime and its backers, Iran and Russia, or of, you know, America's allies in Syria, the Syrian Democratic Forces. So part of the reason that those U.S. troops are there is to try and stop ISIS from coming back and controlling territory and using Syria as a base to launch terrorist attacks and, you know, attracting followers from overseas, including the West, as it did previously.
Holly, thank you very much.